Good morning students, welcome to biology class, and in the last class we already discussed about the meiosis process, meiosis 1 and meiosis 2. The meiosis process is like how the mitosis process is going to be occurred. We discussed in the last session, and in this session we are going to be the overall discussion about the fundamental unit of life. Some important points in this lesson today we are going to be discussed. Yes? Okay. The first thing, what is the fundamental unit of life? Fundamental, the basic things, the organization. It needs to organize. The cell needs to be function with the help of some systems in a phases. A systematic order the cell wants to run with the help of some components are going to be supposed to help for the cell to be come to an order. Yes, that is the fundamental organizational unit of life of the cell. With the help of the cell organelles, the cell is going to be performed. And next, with the help of these cell organelles, it needs to be a division of these cells. It needs the proteins, chemicals and oxygens it needed and some water it needed. Why? Because the cell wants to divide, means it needs some energy. That energy we are giving for them to divide the cells. That we discussed. And after the cell, what the cells are, how many types of cells are there, we discussed that there are the two types, prokaryotes and eukaryotes are there, and unicellular organisms, multicellular organisms are there, and we discussed with the help of some examples, and we discussed about the structure of the microscope also discussed, and with the help of activities, that the onion activity, we discussed about how the cell is going to be observed under the microscope. We discussed that not that the microorganisms, they are the microcells. We cannot see with our naked eyes. We can see only with the help of microscope. That's why we discussed in this session about the microscope, in the last sessions about the microscope. And next also we discussed about that cell wall is there or not for animal cells and plant cells. And also we discussed about the nucleus, who discovered the nucleus, Robert Brown, and who discovered the cell, Robert Hooke, and who defined that the cell theory was by Sladen and Swan. That and all we discussed in the last sessions. And to a cell, for our body, skin is going to be protection. Why? Because if any dirt will be there, that the harmful rays will become, our skin is going to be protect for us. Like that, in cells also, the cell wall is there for the protection. That the cell wall is in a membrane, and the cell wall is only permit some components only to inside, not all. Why? Because our skin also will be absorb only some rays from the sunlight, that is D vitamin. If that rays is too bad, your skin will become blackish and it will be releases some grease. That ache you may observe when you went for shiny at the time of afternoon season. You may see the oily skin, that the oil faces and the greases you may be absorbed. Like that, the cell membrane, the cell wall is also going to be protected for the cell. Yes, cells are enclosed by a plasma membrane. It has proteins and lipids. After the cell wall, the membrane, double layered membrane will be present. That is nothing but the plasma membrane. About the plasma membrane also we discussed. What that the plasma membrane is going to be perform the diffusion process. Diffusion process means from the low concentration to high concentration, the components are moving, whether it is an O2 or CO2. To perform this in a cell, three types of solutions are going to be happen. Three types of process: hypotonic solution, hypertonic solution, isotonic solution. With the help of activity, these three solutions we discussed in the last classes. And this plasma membrane is a double layered membrane, and it will be like a sandwich model. Sandwich model means it has a hydrophilic heads and hydrophobic tails. These hydrophilic heads are going to be produced the proteins to out. Hydrophobic tails are going to be produce the lipids. Lipids will use the energy. That's why they are inside. that with the help of hypertonic solution, hypotonic solution, isotonic solution we discussed. And next, cell membrane regulates the movement of materials. Yes, it will be regulates only some materials only to outside. Only the proteins, the carbohydrate, carbon dioxide, CO2 from the mitochondria, it will be sent to outside. And next, the cell wall. In a plant cell, cell wall is composed of cellulose. We discussed animal cells and plant cells also in the last sessions. Animal cell is not having cell wall. Plant cell are only having the cell wall. That's why the plant cell is composed of cellulose. Cellulose is helpful for the plant to be very strong. Why? Because the plant needs to be protect from sunlight, from air, and from the water, and from the floods also. Why? Because if the rain will come, more winds, air will come, the tree needs to be bent one side to other side. At that time, the cell wall needs to be very stretchable, no? For that purpose, the cellulose will be present. And next, the nucleus in the eukaryotes has a double membrane. The nucleus will be present in both the plant cells and animal cells. It not be absent, it will be present in both cells. But the nuclear membrane around the cells will be absent in eukaryotes, will be present in prokaryotes. That's why the nucleotides will be scattered in the cytoplasm. Yes, these are the cell plasma membrane and the cell wall and the nucleus will be normal in both plant cells and animal cells. But some cell organelles are present in the cytoplasm. That and all are the double membrane structures. That all double membrane structures are going to be performed to send some different types of components, and they can do their own functions and they can do the protection. Their limits is there. I will do this protein and you should do the storage working. Like that, they are divided their work in a cell. That and all the cell organelles. What are the cell organelles? Endoplasmic reticulum, cytoplasm is containing the endoplasmic reticulum, and mitochondria, Golgi complex, lysosomes, ribosomes, centrioles, and Golgi apparatus, plastics. These and all the cell organelles are present, and the last vacuoles also present. And now we are going to discuss about endoplasmic reticulum. Endoplasmic reticulum is the second part after the nucleus, will be around the nuclear membrane. The endoplasmic reticulum is present. This endoplasmic reticulum is having two types again. Rough endoplasmic reticulum, smooth endoplasmic reticulum. Rough endoplasmic reticulum is going to be helpful for a cell. It will be produce the proteins. Why it may call a rough endoplasmic reticulum? It is having a ribosomes on the membrane. These ribosomes are coming from the DNA. That's why it is going to be producing the proteins. And next, smooth endoplasmic reticulum. Smooth endoplasmic reticulum is going to be produce the lipids. It is not having any ribosomes. And next, before we discuss that the nucleus will be present, the nucleus is going to be discovered already by Robert Brown. And these nucleus are having the chromatin material. That chromatin material is containing the inheritance characters from parents to next generations. That is nothing but the DNA, and the genes are present in the nucleus. Okay? And next, Golgi apparatus. The Golgi apparatus are three or four vesicles will be called as a complex structure. These three vesicles are very near to endoplasmic reticulum. This endoplasmic reticulum, rough endoplasmic reticulum, produces the proteins. That proteins will be entered into Golgi apparatus and it will be sent out as secondary proteins. And after this Golgi apparatus is going to be derived in lysosomes. These lysosomes are nothing but they are called as a suicidal bags of the cell. If any foreign material will be came and near your cell, At that time, these lysosomes will first react it, and these lysosomes will be act as a police to kill that foreign material. That's why they are called as a suicidal bags. If any material reaches, it is having capable to kill that foreign organism, it will be killed. If it is not having a capable to kill that new material, the lysosome will be mingled and suicide by themselves. And that's why it may called as a suicidal bags of the cell. And next, after the lysosomes, there are the plastids. These plastids will be present only in the plant cells. Why? Because the plastids are helpful for the taking to trap the sunlight from the solar energy. These plastids are two types: chromoplasts, leucoplasts. Chromoplasts are going to be helpful to produce the colors, and leucoplasts are going to be helpful to produce the white color. And leucoplasts we may also call as a primary cells also. Why primary cells? It needs to be get mature. These and all we discussed in the last classes or last sessions, children. And next we will discuss about that the chromoplasts, leucoplasts are derived from plastids. The chromoplasts are that contain the chlorophyll. These chlorophyll are going to be performed are called as a chloroplast. These chloroplasts are going to be perform the function of photosynthesis. In a plant cells only these photosynthesis are going to be happen. And next, the primary function of leucoplast is nothing but the storage of that food material is going to be occur in the leucoplast. And next, the cell organ is nothing but the vacuole. Vacuole is having a turbidity and it can store the food material like amino acids, proteins, amines and the lipids are going to be stored in the vacuoles. And next, the last, the ribosomes also we discussed. 60 years and 80 years and 70 years ribosomes are present in eukaryotes and prokaryotes. We already discussed in the last sessions. And also we discussed the cells are divided with the help of phases. And a cell cycle also we discussed. The cell cycle are having a 4 phases: M phase, G1 phase, S phase, G2 phase. We already discussed about these phases in the last classes. And after the cell cycle, it enters into the M phase. The M phase consists of mitotic and meiosis. This already we discussed. In these mitotic division, 2n nucleus is going to be divided into 2n daughter cells. But in the meiosis, the 2n is going to be divided into haploid 4 unique cells. And we need to be know the differences about the mitotic and meiosis. What the difference are there? In the meiosis, the genetically the same chromosomes are released from the mother cell to daughter cell. But in the meiosis, the genetically unique cells are divided. Unique cells means same cells only, half genetic cells only. That's why it will be occurring reproductive phases. Reproductive organs only we are going to see the meiosis process. As a result, the 2 diploid cells only coming from the parent cell in the mitotic division. As a result, the haploid cells are coming from the diploid cells in the meiosis. And next, these phase will be completed with by 5 steps, and this phase, meiosis phase, is going to be completed by 2 ways: meiosis 1 and meiosis 2. That also we discussed in the last class. And to perform these cell cycles, some checkpoints are there. Needs to be environmental condition is favorable for the cell to divide, and any damages are there in the chromosomes when at the time of division of sister chromatids, that and all going to be repaired in a cell we discussed. And next, that the proteins, the motor proteins, chitin proteins are going to be helpful for the chromosomes to divide it at the time of opposite pole directions. That and all we discussed in the last session. Yes children, this session and this fundamental unit of life is completed up to by this session, and tomorrow we are going to be start with a new class. And regarding this session, if you are having any doubts, please ask me doubts, and you people needs to be practice the diagrams compulsory and try to read it properly. Thank you children.